Hello, dear friends. I'm glad to come your way again today. In this episode, I want to talk about the fact that Samuel was deceived, but not God. And if Samuel was deceived, somebody in his caliber was deceived, somebody with a spiritual insight was deceived. If somebody like Samuel, the seer, was deceived, then I want to tell you that anybody can be deceived. And as I'm just saying this, my heart is heavy because so many people today in the Christian realm are deceived and they don't even know it. So many preachers are deceived, and so many believers themselves are deceived, and nobody is able to discern. And the reason is simple: we are all focusing our attention on outward appearance. David, honestly speaking, was the least qualified by any man. Even when they asked their father to call his children, he called everybody and forgot David. How can somebody come to your house and say, call all your sons, right? And you call six and you forget one? It means that even to the father, David was not even qualified to be a leader. He knew his weaknesses, he knew his deficiencies at home, he knew the level of his development. And according to him, what he has exposed David to, he doesn't have what it takes to be a leader. And his father was also not a wicked man, right? But he did not believe himself that his son could be the president. So there are so many people like that their outward appearance doesn't speak much. And I thank God for this insight because it consoles a lot of people who have some complaint about their physical appearance. You are short, you are not beautiful, you are that. That doesn't bother God at all, my dear friends. God looks at the heart. Whether you are tall or short, if your heart is what God is looking for, He's going to sign a contract with you. If you are physically everything, but you don't have that heart like Eliab, you are going to be rejected. So I want to tell you that if you want to be godly, you should fix your eyes where God is fixing his eyes all the time. This is how I knew my stature. This is how I knew my state spiritually. This is how I delivered myself from deception. Because when you start focusing your eyes, do everything that you can do to focus your eyes where God focuses his eyes. God is eternally focusing his eyes on the heart of man, not on the physical stature. Your physical stature is important, but that is not where God's eyes are fixed. God is always, all the time, looking at the heart of man. If he wants to bless you, he looks at your heart. If he wants to promote you, your heart. If he wants to evaluate you, it's your heart. It's not your physical, it's not even your ministry. So many pastors have gotten to this frenzied attitude that my church is growing. Do you think God evaluates you by the size of your church? Rubbish. He evaluates you by your heart. He's always looking at your heart, not at those external things. Remember, the disciples told Jesus in Matthew 24, he says, sir, look at the temple. You know what I told them? These things will be destroyed. God does not focus his eyes on what will be destroyed. No matter how big your church is, there is another judgment that is waiting in this earth. And you know what that is? Baptism by fire. And everything shall be burnt up. So how can God be celebrating temple and the size of plot that you have when everything shall be destroyed? He goes to the heart of man. And if you are wise and you want to do well, you should train yourself. Oh, it took me so much time to force myself to evaluate my own self by the condition of my heart and not by outward appearance. I wish you well, my dear friends. All the best. Bye-bye.